What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Philly Faithful Podcast. I am your host, Troy Brock, and today we are going to be talking about something near and dear to my heart, Taijuan Walker. So if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. It helps us out tremendously. And if you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification icon so you could be notified when another episode just like this one goes live. This is the one-stop shop for news, updates, and opinions on your Philadelphia Phillies, and that is what we are going to be talking about today. As a report came out over the weekend that the Philadelphia Phillies will be pushing Taijuan Walker to work towards starting again in 2025. My, oh my, what a world we live in. I hope and I pray that those of you that listen to this podcast understand that this just ain't working anymore, man. It's not. It's just, it has become more and more evident to me, and I have tried to convey it to y'all in more ways than one on social medias where you can follow me at Troy B Baseball and you can follow the show at Philly Faith Pod. Faith spelled just like Philly with a PH, and just on Discord and conversations and Twitter, all of the above in the podcast, that it's just not working. It's from the top down, and we're just it's becoming more and more of a organizational issue where just ignorance per ignorance on an otherworldly level continues to show itself. And the thing is, Taijuan Walker has not just been bad. And even in 2023, when people look at his ERA, see that it's below 4.5, they're like, oh, he had a good season. Or he had a lot of wins. Oh, look, he had a lot of wins. Pitcher wins are stupid, people. It's 2024. Learn to baseball better. Pitcher wins are irrelevant. That antiquated. Antiquated stat. Pay no attention to them. They're dumb. And he's not good. And I've said this even on this podcast. I have said this since before the ink dried, that the Taijuan Walker signing, it was not a good signing in the slightest. And he has proven that with his lack of performance on the field. In 2023, the only reason that he had as many wins as he did was because the offense showed up and showed out in each and every one of his starts, averaging over 5 runs a start. I have done the math, people. You ain't gotta. I've done it for you. They averaged over 5 runs a start in his starts. That's why he won ball games. Not because of his pitching, because God, he's atrocious. In 2024, he was legitimately the worst pitcher in the sport. He was worse than Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin. Do you understand how bad you have to be worse than Patrick Corbin? And yes, Patrick Corbin had a much better season in 2024 than he has in years past, but he was still not good. He was still bad. And Taijuan Walker was still worse. And you know what? They kept shoving him out there every 5th day. It took until after his 4th or 5th start coming off the injured list, where he gave up 5+ runs in each and every one of them, for them to sit down and be like, you know what? This ain't working. We're going to send you to the pen. And we're going to go with other people for the 5th spot in the rotation, because this just ain't working. And then now, you know what? Let's put him back in the rotation. That makes sense, right? Right? That makes sense. No, it freaking doesn't. Dave Dombrowski is starting to become more and more of an issue. Rob Thompson has already been a big issue and continues to be a big issue. And it's just compounding itself over and over and over and over again. And you may say, but Troy, Taijuan Walker is making $18 million a year. He signed a 4-year contract making $18 million a year. So why wouldn't they put him out on the field and just hope that he could perform better? And my answer to you would be this, simply. Baseball contracts are fully guaranteed from the moment the ink dries, you're out that money, regardless of whether they do well or they do bad. Sunk cost fallacy tells you that you should not worry about trying to recuperate some of your money. You've lost it already. It doesn't matter. You've lost that 18, 36, 54, $72 million. I had to do that out loud because I'm talking. I can't do math in my head while I'm talking. You've lost that $72 million. It's gone. It's just gone. And you have nothing to show for it but bad pitching performance after bad pitching performance after bad pitching performance. And you know what? Taijuan Walker doesn't care. He doesn't, because he's getting paid. He's okay in front of the media. In front of the media. He's not good on social media. Disrespect at an all-time high. But, and he'll say, oh, I want to perform better. Oh, I'm just trying to do my best, trying to get better, trying to help the team win. He could not care less, people. He could not. He's making $72 million to go out there and lay an egg. I wish I could make $72 million. I could do just as good as him at pitching. And to pay me, I'll take $4 million over 4 years to go and do what he's done. It makes no sense. Put out the best product. The Houston Astros had Jose Abreu on the payroll, making way more money than Taijuan Walker is currently making. And he was so bad, they released him. Guess what? Taijuan Walker has been worse at his job than Jose Abreu has been at his. Release Taijuan Walker. Problem solved. You have Andrew Painter, who can fill in the fifth spot in the rotation. And you know what? The fifth spot in the rotation doesn't have to qualify for the ERA title. Andrew Painter is going to be coming off of Tommy John surgery and pitching in actual games that count for the first time in over 2 years. He's not going to be qualifying for the ERA title if this team has any sense left whatsoever. And hopefully they do, because it's not seeming like it. It doesn't make sense, people. It just doesn't. Why in the world, why would you say, I've looked at Taijuan Walker's career. I've looked at his past couple seasons with the Phillies. And I've looked at his career as a whole, a career that has not been good. It has been mediocre to bad for the entirety of it, with his 2 best seasons ever in the majors coming both in contract years. He has been injury prone for a lot of it. And when he has been on the field and it's not been a contract year, he's been very, very bad to mediocre at best. So, you know what? We're paying him $18 million. We might as well throw him out there and let him lose some more games for us. Just makes sense. Just makes sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's stupid. It is absolutely ignorant. And it's and I it's been a few days since this report came out. I did not know that I would still be this fired up about something so dumb. But here we are, 9:35 Central AM on a Monday, and it's just I just don't get it, people. I don't get it in the slightest, man. This organization is just it's coming very close to Colorado Rockies, Los Angeles Angels levels of incompetence. The only saving grace is that the roster, for the most part, is good enough to make up for the front offices and the coaching staff's incompetence. Because, man, they do some ignorant stuff. Just day in and day out, man. I just don't freaking get it. And I somebody please try to explain this to me without using the contract, because that's not a thing. Like, explain to me what sense it makes to put Taijuan Walker on the mound when we have seen time and time again how bad he is, And he is not a good presence in the clubhouse because it just again, look at his disrespect at an all-time high tweet that I've already referenced. And this team is going to send me to an early grave. That is just, that's all there is to it. I don't know what to say anymore about this team. Just, it's poorly run, poorly managed, and they're even saying that they may not even bring in a star. I mean, look at their trade deadlines. They've been jokes, man. They've been jokes, and it's just I don't even, I don't know what to say anymore. Hopefully there will be something positive to come from the organization within the next couple of days. But so far, there's not. There's just not. And then when you look at the World Series, whose matchup was set last night, it's the Yankees and the Dodgers. The Phillies have a better roster, top to bottom, than both teams. But yet again, the Phillies are not in the playoffs with an unexpected early exit. I just don't know, man. But you know what? The Phillies season will be saved in 2025 with Taijuan Walker starting every fifth day. Let's go. Let's go. Taijuan Walker. Taijuan Walker. Taijuan Walker. No. Just no. This is going to be a shorter episode today. I don't have much more to add. There's nothing good to talk about with this team right now. They're just continuously putting out stupid ignorance after stupid ignorance, and it's dumb. It's dumb. But thank you for joining us today. The one-stop shop for news, updates, and opinions on your Philadelphia Phillies. I have been Troy Brock, the host. You can follow me on Twitter at TroyBBaseball. You can follow the show on Twitter at Philly Faith Pod. Faith spelt just like Philly with a PH. If you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. It helps us out tremendously. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification icon so you can be notified when more episodes just like this one go live. And I keep saying there's going to be less and less episodes like this one, and this team just keeps proving me wrong with their incompetence. Tell a friend. Tell some of your Phillies fan friends. That is still hard to say. Phillies fan friends, where they can find news, updates, and opinions on your and their Philadelphia Phillies. And until the next episode, I've been Troy. Y'all have been awesome. This team is not. Peace, love, and rock and roll. I'm out. Bye.